Good morning and happy Friday on this 21st day of government shutdown. We have seen rates kind of stabilize this week, but we're seeing more and more focusing in on three main factors: inflation, China, and the government shutdown. So let's take a look at rates real fast. You can see that this week rates kind of worsened a little bit, but we've really held at what this support level here. Today, where rates are improving, remember green is good. So as this line goes up, rates improve. This is that 4.625 level. And we saw a little worsening yesterday, and then today we're seeing some improvement, mainly based off of inflation. And consumer price index came in, and that inflation showed it actually tamed out quite a bit. And then yesterday was all about some China trade talks, and then mainly the government shutdown. Couple other items of note this week. Jobless claims dropped again, 216,000. We do anticipate this going up as more and more of the 800,000 government people will file for unemployment. And then the other interesting report that came out this week was the national delinquency rate. This actually is a pretty nice report because it's showing that 30-day delinquencies have fallen from October 17 to October 18 from 5.1 to 4.18, and then your overall delinquencies from 0.6 to 0.5. So we're not really seeing any delinquencies that are out of the normal or that would cause some concern right now. Once again, we're really going to focus in on the initial jobless claims, the delinquency reports, and then the other Bureau of Labor Statistics reports that come out once per month. We're still in a floating mode. Some people obviously show locked up in here. We've got a pretty good floor of support, and we've got trend lines that are starting to flow up that are going to give us some floor of support. So really and truly, unless we get bad jobs numbers, something happens in China that causes us to get rid of this trade imbalance, or we get rid of this government shutdown, rates are going to be improving or stabilizing. Few other things this week that caught my attention, or I want to bring attention to you. First of all, let's talk about the shutdown. As of right now, FHA loan and VA loans do not have any issues with the shutdown. They're going smooth. Conventional loans, we did have some issues with getting tax transcripts, but the IRS opened up the tax transcript section of them last week, so we are getting tax transcripts now. But rural development loans and reverse mortgage loans. On rural development loans, they're shut down. They cannot and will not fund and record rural development loans. A couple lenders thought they were going to keep the rural development loans on the books, but we just got word today that they're not even going to do that either. So rural development loans are no-go. My recommendation is if you have a rural development loan, get them qualified under an FHA loan at the same time as rural development. That way you can at least close under an FHA loan with down payment assistance, but rural development loans, not a happening. And the other ones are reverse mortgage loans. They are shut down also. So if we have a reverse mortgage to purchase, obviously there's no alternative to that particular loan, so those are shut down also. We do have some fears that as things start progressing further and further in this shutdown, that computer systems are going to start going down, or other things might happen, and other loan programs might start shutting down also. We're just going to have to play that day by day. Another thing, I have a lender this week, my second lender, that actually got rid of all of their what's called pricing adjustments. So some lenders don't like certain types of loans, or they have higher risks in other states. Or they have adjustments based off of credit scores. So people with a 640 will not get as good as credit or interest rate as somebody with an 800, obviously. So I just had a lender become super aggressive. They got rid of all their adjustments. So their rates are spectacular right now. They are smoking every rate I checked with every other lender and bank and credit union and Idaho Housing and everybody. They are smoking rates right now. Not only that is we have a reduction of mortgage insurance too. So it's hugely within the borrower's interest to make sure that they are shopping those rates around. We are doing second look loans all the time and finding out that we can pretty much smoke everybody's rates. Rural development homes, going back to rural development a little bit, keep in mind that if an existing home that you are listing already has a rural development home on it, you can get another rural development loan on it, even if it's not in a rural development area. So let's say you have a house that's in Caldwell and it got a rural development loan back in 1996. Obviously, downtown Caldwell or most of Caldwell is not rural development anymore. You can actually get a rural development on that loan or on that home. So that's pretty spectacular. It's a great way to market it, and it's a great way to help sellers out and help buyers buy houses under rural development. Now, obviously, rural development isn't funding right now, so that's not helping. But take a look at when you list a house, what type of loan the seller has on it. If it's a VA loan, that loan is assumable by another qualified veteran. If it's an FHA loan, that loan is assumable by a qualified veteran or a qualified FHA borrower. If it's a rural development loan, another borrower can come in and do a rural development. So pretty important to know what your sellers have as an existing house. And last this day, a little bit of bragging. I got an award this week. I will post it up here somewhere. And it says that I close my loans 99% faster than most other loan officers in the United States. I got a 1% appreciation. So we know we close our loans fast. We're pretty efficient. Been doing this a while. We know what to look for. But it's always nice to get an award saying I'm in the top 1%. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you viewing and have a great and wonderful weekend, and we will update you next week. Take care.